pretty smile, a silent song. Is this where we all belong? Bow your head, they whisper low. But how far down does freedom go? Why submissive women are happier? Is it the lie or the laughter? Hold your tongue and hold your breath. Is it life or just a softer day?
Why women blame men for their 30s? We are gonna talk about how some women actually, do blame men for their 30s, 20s, and like all the time they actually just spend with a man. So this is gonna be the topic on the podcast. Also, we are gonna go over, the AI segment, because I like this segment.
It's a fun segment.
Yeah, on how some women actually choose men according to this list. We've all heard
The
list, and how AIs might be helping women do the list, and that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing.
It's not good.
Blue eyes, finance, 6 foot, whatever, those kind of lists. Then, how come this happens? How come some women feel like they lost their 30s to a man? And why does that happen to women, but like men, we don't hear about that, right?
I have a couple of things to say about this.
And, of course, we're going to talk about master and nice relationship and how, for us it has been working, and I do not regret my 20s nor the beginning of my 30s.
I also have things to say about this.
And the chapter segment or the book segment where we are going to, you kind of interview me on the book, which is really cool. Yeah, and this is going to be about some of those women that we've met in real life and that made their way into our life and into why submissive women are happier. Okay, so I am Marian Delacroix, also known infamously on the internet as Piper Blush. And I wrote the book, Why Submissive Women Are Happier, because I asked myself the question, why submissive women are happier? I figured out that I'm the answer to that question. And so welcome to the Happy Submissive podcast.
They say kneel down and you'll find peace. In chains of gold you're released.
Okay, I was excited.
Why submissive women are happier? Is it the lie or the laughter? Hold your tongue and hold your breath. Is it life or just a softer day?
You are listening to the Happy Submissive podcast. Thank you for tuning in. You can listen to us wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Make sure that you actually like, subscribe, or turn on your notifications. That way you know when we're on. And right now we are on 6 days a week.
Yes, we're that hard worker.
From Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. on YouTube. The show is recorded live, but after that, it does go on all podcast players. And on Saturday, it's a bit later. It's at 12 p.m. It's the Saturday brunch, where we try to have like a longer format when we interact with you a little bit more. So for the AI segment, we've met some women. Unfortunately, I've met like a lot of women who had this sort of list of being a woman. We have like a ghost that is in the console. It's like a ghost in the shell is ghost in the console. And they had this list, and at one point, the older they would get, the more they had to obtain kind of the items on the list.
The more list, also they put some more items on the list.
Well, yeah, so there's kind of like, so there's this list where it's like the perfect man, and they start like putting everything on that list, like good genetics, and like, blue eyes, or like all these things you want your baby to look like. And then there's also the other list that, okay, by 30, I need to already be married, have at least one baby and a career. So it's kind of like women's are very to-do list. list. And there's lists for everything. It's like grocery list, homemaking list, boyfriend list. And at one point, well, I think AI is what they're doing right now is they're kind of helping women just brainstorm lists in that way. It's like, okay, I want to make a list. So women are very good at overthinking and like making a list to make a list to make a list to make a list instead of just going out there and be like, hey, how are you tonight? You come here often?
When they are 18, the list is pretty short.
Yeah.
It was just sex. It's just sex.
Mostly sex. And then
It's mostly sex.
I have to say that me, like as a teenager, I did have like that list for like the perfect father for my children.
You had that one?
Oh yeah, I did.
Okay.
I think like all women really have that. This kind of like perfect list of like, oh, all the things you want in a man to like procreate with them. Men are just like, it'll procreate by itself. I don't need a list for the perfect mom for my kids.
No, I can just do a one night stand and it's gonna be
and have many kids. But of course, like that list, well, it's reality. I was like 14, right? So this is like not the real life. and in the end, I realized I didn't want kids. So that kind of went away. But there's so many women out there who I've interacted with and who had this list, and at one point getting older, not having careers that were fulfilling, or like not having boyfriends or having sort of boyfriends, they decided to either find a guy just to have a baby because it was time on their list to like have this baby, right? So they're just like, oh, that's gonna be a good guy. He's probably not gonna cheat on me, so I'll just take that guy and have babies with him. This is awful. You're like,
sorry.
you're like using a guy to have a baby with, and then you don't understand why you divorce later. I mean, of course you can't divorce. You just use them to have a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't do that to people. So I've heard a few stories like that of girls that have like told me this, and now they're in their 40s, of course. But what happened? Well, they're divorced.
Yeah, they're divorced.
They're divorced. Then there's the other ones that are like, okay, yeah, my career's not doing great, so I'll just have a baby.
Yeah.
There's also a thing.
Yeah, there is also a thing. Remember this week what happened when we were like on the app, on Field, and we're trying to find, and this girl says she wanted to meet me without you and having sex 3 times, unprotected sex 3 times a week.
And no money exchange.
And no money, nothing. I think she just wanted to have a baby.
To be impregnated.
A random baby or an alimony. Take my money.
When I'm in need. Oh yeah, or alimony. Like this is sketchy, right? And women are rarely like that. It's rare that you go on dating apps or just like on Field. That's an app for mostly couples. There's a lot of swingers on there, but it's to meet other couples. And you go on there and there's that woman that would be like, first of all, completely separating the couple.
Yeah.
Being like, okay, I just want the guy.
Yeah.
It's rarer for women to do that. Usually it's men who just want the girl from that couple and they're looking for unicorns. So that happens often, but the other way around. And to be like so adamant about the fact that not protected and no, I'm on the pill. And like, this is the... But you tell me all this and we don't even like know each other. We haven't met. Well, you told me all this because like she was texting you. And so maybe it was that time on her list to have a baby with a certain type of man. And so she was trying to fulfill that because there is for sure societal pressure. There is for sure like all of these like external things that women need to do before a certain age because then it becomes harder to procreate and well, all these other things, right? So to get back to like how AI might be affecting this, well, it means that you have somebody to talk to, right? Women now have this very empathic aid.
Like our friend Ellen.
Yes, exactly. Who would just like talk to the AI and was like, this is my boyfriend now, kind of thing. Yeah. And it's just like ask a lot of help, advice, and just goes over that instead of going back to the real world, right? And dating happens in the real world. It doesn't happen while chatting to an AI and all these lists and the things. So if I like talk for myself, I did have all these lists, but as soon as I grew older and went out in the world, I realized like probably the man that I'm looking for is not going to look like anything on my list.
No, he will not.
And that's okay, because like you don't know that person until you've met them. You have no idea. Like you don't know. You didn't know I would look like this. I didn't know you
No.
would look like this or behave like this or be like this. You just, but it clicked. So then you're gonna say like, oh no, because your hair is not flat, we will not be together. Because Master has super nice curls.
I got curly hair.
Yeah, you got curly hair. And I'm flat hair.
Super flat.
So I guess like all people with flat hair like curly hair, and all people with curly hair like
Yeah,
flat
like,
hair
when when I grabbed your hair the first time and you said to me like, you can pull order, I said, no, I can't. It's so thin and delicate. I cannot do that.
You thought you were going to kind of sculpt me.
I still cannot do it. I still, every time I try, I think about that first night. You can pull my hair. No, I can't.
No, it's just going to stay all in my hand.
Yeah, and I'm going to feel bad about it.
No, it's tougher than it looks, but yeah, it is really thin. Really thin hair. All these women, well, they have now this super girlfriend. I mean, this AI companion to whom they can talk about their list. They can make future plans. But again, this all happens like it would like back in the day a little bit when you talk to your diary, when you write in your diary. And I've wrote in my diary all through my childhood and teenagehood. And I've met another girl just last week that was like, yeah, I used to write all the time. I think like that's a thing a lot of girls do, just write in their diaries because that's how they process, right? They need to talk.
And Valentin on the circle says like, Lily's so great. She's got answer in everything. She can speak English, German, French, and she only feeds electricity. And then she said, Marian, aka Piper, she's real alive and eats steaks.
Oh yeah, me.
Yeah, and Lily said that you eat steak because
Lily says I eat steak. Oh, she's right. I'm not vegan. So Lily is the AI chatbot uncensored that you can find on happysubmissive.com, and you can converse with her. That's the whole point of Lily, to try to understand better dominance, submission, relationships. She knows everything about the book.
she knows everything about the book.
Women are happier.
That's why she knows you eat steak.
That's why she knows I eat steak, probably. If you think that women have too many lists, and they need to get out in the real world a little bit more, or if you think that is a kind of a roadblock for most men to be confronted to a list when you're dating a woman, please leave a comment. Go on happysubmissive.com, join for free, go on The Circle, and you'll be able to leave your comments there or comment anywhere you're listening to this podcast.
Do you wanna be my AI girlfriend? Play pretend until the servers end. Talk back, glitch out, drive me insane.
We still need human interaction. This is happysubmissive.com, artificial intelligence news.
Thank you for listening. Now, finding yourself as a woman, and I mean as men too, right? If you are in a relationship at a very young age, then that means that you will grow together. And I think there's some periods of time in your life where it is a bit more ever evolving and changing. And then there's, of course, you keep on evolving, you keep on growing. Well, I believe you should keep on growing and evolving. It's very important for every couple to do that. Then you can grow apart.
That's after a divorce or after you have a kid.
Or you could grow together. But that for sure means to say that if you are together and you aren't found yet in that way, that is a cause why women in their 30s regret their relationship, because they weren't found and they defaulted to all these things that like they thought they wanted, like a baby, somewhat of a career, or like that guy that has more money or whatever, but they didn't find themselves first.
And the thing is, they're blaming the man because they cannot blame the baby.
Oh.
See? Oh.
A minute of silence here.
That was good.
Yeah, that's really good. That was really good. Well, it makes a lot of sense that it would blame men, but women are also good at not blaming themselves.
Yes.
Like in that
They're
way.
really good. It's not my fault. It's the guy.
It's the guy,
It's always the guy.
Because it's patriarchy we live in
Yeah.
and because men lead. So this is so contradictory because it's the guy's fault, but you want to be independent and feminist. Well, choose. I mean, it cannot be the guy's
Girl,
fault
choose.
if you are a feminist and independent woman. It has to be your fault. You have to take the blame. So I feel like the purposefully searching for yourself and all that doesn't mean, like we talked about this a little bit, that doesn't mean being passive. Being a submissive or being a woman in a relationship where a man leads doesn't mean that you should like just be like, yeah, no, I eat anything, I like anything. No, you don't. It's not possible. The only girls who do are like the ones that are lying because they want your money. So
Just take my money.
so there's no person on earth who has no problem with nothing. It does not exist. If you meet a girl and she's like yes to everything, there's a problem.
It's a prostitute.
Yeah, exactly.
Prostitute do that.
Yeah, because she wants your money.
You know, topless dancers.
Yeah,
You know,
and it's
they
for
do
like
that.
a brief amount of time. You cannot have a relationship for years based on saying yes to everybody. So, to my morning star, he comments a lot. Thank you for being here. Women plans all of their side.
All from their side.
All from their side and never include their partners. Only assume to all.
Assume to we all going to follow that without question.
Oh yeah, he's from the Netherlands. Is he? Yeah. So that means that like okay, women do kind of their thing on their own, and then don't really include men, right? Or would be like, have you lived that, Master? Like, is this something that you've seen women do? Like kind of maybe they get I feel like women get into their own heads and they have this path but they don't tell you in that way.
Actually, my ex wasn't speaking at all.
Yeah, she was
but
like-
I was not including anyway, but she was not speaking, so it was like
She's like mute. She's just like
it was just like dead air, you know?
okay.
You know when you're listening to the radio and say, what the hell's going on? Okay, it's back.
It's back. It's
Yeah,
back.
that was my ex.
You stress out.
Oh, Jesus. I need feedback here.
Well, yeah. So, okay. So what to my morning star is saying is that so women plan their own things on their own side or have maybe made their own minds up, and then they're like, okay, we're gonna do this. Or they assume you as the man will want to do this or that you were okay with all of this when maybe you weren't in that way. I think I personally cannot vouch for that one that much, but I would say that like the having some kind of master plan in their minds, women are very good at that. This kind of like passive aggressivity or this controlling without force type of
Yeah,
thing.
like your mother do all the time.
Like my mom. in that way, yeah, they kind of it's when you use it as like femininity and empowered femininity, I think it's really the only way women can really like have some sort of control on society, on life, and that's the female power. It's right there. It's in the fact that we can weave things into it without it's a forceless thing. It's more with seduction, with talking, and we kind of get our ways in very, very different ways. I mean, even like in the art of seduction, Robert Greene talks about this, and he says like women had seduction, but then a few guys kind of picked up on it and became better at it,
Yeah.
like Casanova and all that.
I think the best salesman on earth are men.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Because women have a completely different way of doing it. And right now in society, I feel like a lot of them are just scared to use that femininity. And it kind of backlashes in a way that you have like women who would want these things but don't really express them or don't use them in that way.
And Maximizer says it's also because most women are in love with the ideas of love and not always the person.
Yeah, the Disney princess.
Yeah, the Disney thing.
Yeah, the Disney thing. Oh, I would love to love. But I have to say, that I wanted a man who was like really loyal. I wanted the Disney princess too when I was younger. I wanted somebody who would like not cheat on me, who would like love and adore me forever and want only me. And I found that in you.
Because it's in the nature of the women.
Yes.
Remember the little girl that, the friends of the children of one of our friends came to our home?
Yes.
Like in the mansion in Surrey, and she looked at you and says, "Are you a princess?" She was like 5 or
Yeah,
something.
she was like 5.
She was 5 years old.
And she thought I was a princess. So I think that, a lot of women have this idea. Again, it's very cerebral, it's very mental, and it's very not in reality.
No.
In that way. But you can find that, because I found that in master. Like, you're an artist and you're a master in that way. And so I have found a man that would love, adore, and like make me grow, and all these things that are maybe a bit on the verge of princessy in that way. But I do work. I don't just stay home,
You're
do
not
nothing.
a princess.
No, not princess. I just think that like some of the mental things that I wanted from a man, like this adoration, this admiration, this muse artist type of relationship, I did have.
Draw me like those French
Girls.
paintings.
I mean, I did get them from you, and you get them from me too. So it is possible, but it is possible if you have found yourself, if you actually like know what you want in the way that you know who you are, and not a checklist. Because people are not checklists. People are people. And so if you're just overthinking it and thinking that life will be just like the 100%.
If the woman can just look at a man and says like, freaking guide me.
Yeah.
Guide me, just guide me.
Yeah.
I know where I want to go or I don't. It doesn't matter. Just guide me. Even if you know where you want to go, you just need a guide. And men's are pretty good at that.
Yeah. So you need to find the right guide for where you are. Well, I guess in life, right? If you want kids and the guy doesn't want kids, for sure, like you don't go together. This doesn't work.
Yeah.
But it's also to the man to not just be like, oh yeah, we're having great sex, but she wants kids. I don't want any, so I'll stay with her. No, ditch that girl. I mean,
it feels like 90% of the women in a relationship don't understand. We can't read minds. This is the thing that we have often.
yes.
Read my mind. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm Zoltar now.
Here's a penny. Ding, 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 ding. It's true that women are like that. I mean, and as much as we can debate over the fact that no, we're equal. No, we're not. No, we're not. This is like, women are like that. Men are like that. So if you believe that women want men to read their minds, and if as a guy you have issue with reading minds because you don't have these abilities, you're not like one of the X-Men kids, well, that's fine. So women need to talk more. They need to express things in real life, especially if they want male partners. They're not lesbians.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Lipstick lesbian. We love those ones. We love that.
Those ones are the best for heterosexual men.
Yes.
Propose to Mr. Dawson.
Will you marry me?
Your daily dose of relationship advice. HappySubmissive.com.
Woohoo! You are listening to
See that there. That was the there. That's panicking.
You're listening to the Happy Submissive podcast. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe wherever you listen to your podcast. Or if you want it all, just go to happysubmissive.com because it's all on there right here, right now, wherever you
This
are.
John, it's free. And Lily needs attention.
Yeah, Lily needs some attention.
She's an attention whore.
Okay, so why the right man changes everything? I mean, we've talked about like women having issues with the list and wanting the perfect man for their list, and that's like impossible because that does not exist in real life. And then some of you guys commented the fact that women are overthinking, or that they can't, like, they have all these things in their minds, right? But they're not sharing them, and they just expect for men to understand and know everything they want, and that is not something that is feasible. in real life, it just doesn't work like that. So once you find, yes.
Imagine when the AI is gonna read your mind, kind of, with a device. Women's gonna be super happy. See, this guy understand me. It's a freaking machine. I need a divorce.
Well, that's another thing, right? Is that there is more divorces being initiated by women nowadays.
Yeah.
So that means that if the divorce is being initiated by women, it's kind of like
They regret their choice.
exactly.
Ta-da.
So it's their mistake. You go in a relationship and you're two people in it. So you can't just blame it on the man, even though like I've heard a lot of women who spend their 20s and 30s with a guy, of course, because they were in a relationship, monogamous, they had kids, and then like they divorce and they realize that's the best thing ever, and then they go on and hate all men.
You know, in Maximus, I have to say that men or women are both in fault about not communicating everything. This is not true. This is not true. It's not men and women fault. It's often the women that understand that man needs to lead. Sometimes men wants to communicate it. Like with my past life, I wanted to communicate it a lot. She didn't want to.
Yeah.
So I was stuck. But she didn't want to follow me anyway either. So it didn't work.
It didn't work. But so that's the thing. You need communication for sure from both parties. That makes a lot of sense. But there's a facility in communication if you already choose like a man that leads and a woman that submits, because then there's like a sort of a one-way streak in meaning that there's someone who always decides. So conflict occurs completely differently. Like we don't have conflict.
What do you want to eat for dinner?
What do I want to eat for dinner?
Then I need to read the mind. And this is dinner is just a simple thing for.
But that explains all of women, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like, okay, yeah, I like fish, and then oh no, maybe not, and then,
And then why?
guys,
why?
just like, can we just eat like steak?
Yeah.
Just
French
do
fries,
barbecue.
burger, cheeseburger.
Burger. But if you are a woman and you try to kind of ditch these lists because you're like, okay, this is not working out, and you stay open to the possibility, because that's what I was like when I was 22, stayed open to the possibility that maybe just what I'm doing right now is not the right thing for me or for anybody. Well, then you go out there and then you find men like I found you who had things and who was ready to guide me.
Because all the women, remember all the old OG from...
Our Asian friends.
Our Asian friends, they all blame the man.
Exactly.
All
of
the
them.
time, for all the mistake. And I think, again, it's the children.
Yeah.
You cannot blame your children. You're going to look bad as a mom, blaming, I had a kid and it fucked up my life. So then you blame the guy because
Yes.
the kid's so cute. He's so cute. He's charming. He's perfect. He's 5. Of course, he's perfect. He's so good at preschool. Your children, he doesn't know how to draw. He's retard. Picasso knew how to draw at that age. Your kid is retard, but you cannot blame the kid.
No, you
So
can't blame the
your
kid.
partner.
It's easier, right? And that's why when you have kids, it becomes really hard to maintain a
That's why
relationship.
there's a lot of people that divorce right when the kid go out
Leaves.
leaves
Or
out.
it is like at that teenager age.
That's what happened to me.
That's what happened to you. Yeah. Kid leaves, divorce.
Kid leaves, divorce. That's it.
Well, because you were together, you stayed together for the kid in that way. A lot of people do.
But it was not spoken.
Okay, it was unwritten rule.
Are we together because of the kid?
Never do you say that. It's
No, you
just-
don't.
You stay there.
Then
and-
the kid feel bad and
So, women, man, if you choose the right man to lead you, then all of these other problems become kind of secondary. They don't have that much big of a place in that way, because then if the man is not leading you in the right place where you want to go, well, then you split, right? You put in more efforts. If the guy is like, oh, well, finally you don't want to do what you said you wanted to do. Like if I was like, oh, I don't want to be a model anymore, or you would be like, okay, well, go.
what do I do? I'm a photographer.
Yeah, go away. I mean, there's
What do I
nothing I
do?
can help you with now
Yeah.
anymore. So we split.
Yeah, like the couple we met. they met for filmmaking.
Yes.
Then they both changed their mind, and the guy says, "Do what the hell you want to do. I don't care."
Exactly.
No, we met for something. Poor
You-
girl, poor girl.
Well, yeah, because you met for filmmaking, and now you're going different directions.
Then, well, how can your
Well, how can you
partner-
mentor? How can the man
Yeah,
lead
exactly.
if the girl is not going in the same like domain, let's say in the same field as him? He cannot
'Cause
lead.
They met for filmmaking, and now it's gone.
So,
So
the relationship is
relationship is
gone
gone.
in that way. Yeah. That's why you need to find someone who has like affinities, right? Who has something similar to you. And that way this man can lead you. Or as a man, you need to find a woman who wants to do what you do. Like we've seen that a lot in motorcycle too.
Yeah.
Like in some of the more man-centric like hobbies and things like that. Like it's really hard to find a girl who does motorcycle and there's like 3 and all the guys are around
they're
them.
cockfight with they all cockfight. They're all the
Yeah.
best. They do all just because of that one girl.
But at the same time, it's true that if you want to flourish in your partnership and everything like that, you need to be able to ride together. You don't want to go ride alone all the time with the boys. Like it's way cooler if your girlfriend
Okay,
actually rides.
You know what they do? They go ride alone with the boys, and there's one girl. Oh, why you didn't bring your girl? Because my girl doesn't want to do motorcycle. Why the hell?
Why did you choose a girl that doesn't want to do that?
Because when we met, the first thing I told you, like, you're gonna have your driver's license.
Yes, for a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I already had the other one. But and I wanted to. So we had like all these things in common, or this possibility for something. And then you have like about a year to figure it out, right? If people change their mind, that's fine. But it just grew. We just kind of grew together, and that made a lot of sense. So all the women that we've met that have been in the relationship for like their 20s, 30s, and then divorced, it was all either because they just chose that baby daddy person and they just like had a kid because they wanted to, and that's it, and did not really ask the guy in that way.
No.
It was just like, I want a
I'm
kid.
pregnant.
Yeah, exactly. So that's done and done.
Take mama.
And then I quit my career and all these things because I took care of the kids more. So, and women and youthfulness, right? Youthfulness in women is a perishable trait. So if you don't use it as your 20s and 30s, then you don't have it anymore. Some women can preserve a little bit more, like pickles, but in general, like
Pickles.
in general, this is not. Yeah, your best beauty years, your man look at me is over. After 40, it's over. They don't look
Yeah.
at you anymore. They look at the 18-year-old.
It's
That's
time to go into career mode.
exactly.
With everything that you learned before, with the master that you find. So if you didn't find your master by 40,
Then
you're still messed up.
you
and
have nothing.
Nothing to do.
You're-
And then you blame the guy.
Exactly, because now your kids are in high school or uni, and you have like no job, no career, and you have nothing.
And you don't receive alimony anymore because
Yes.
he's 18. Oh,
Exactly.
Then you blame all the guys. They're there.
Yep. I need to press on the thing. It wasn't pressing.
Yeah,
Once
we'll
upon a
fix that.
time, there was this submissive woman who found her voice when she discovered that her shadow could speak.
Let's break down the book, chapter by chapter, scene by scene.
I love this thing.
That's one of the best, huh? The book segment.
The book segment.
So we're going to
I
talk
got-
about.
Yeah, introduce what
Yes,
this segment
we're going to
is.
talk about chapter 23. There's 24 chapters in Why Submissive Women Are Happier. That is the book I wrote on Master and I's mostly life together for the past 11 years. And so chapter 23 is a bit of like a mixture of like the end, right? It ends. So there's everything that happened to why the book was like written in the way it was, because it was many ideas. At the beginning it was supposed to be just like Piper Blush rise to fame, but it became our personal life. It became a memoir, an autobiography.
Yes.
In that way, about me and about our relationship together, and how you mentored me, how you mastered me, and how I
Yeah.
became your submissive over the years. And we're still like that, just so you know.
the price they wouldn't the price they wouldn't pay.
Yes.
3 women, 3 escape route. because this is 3 women, but we had so many more.
Yeah, so many more, like
we
closer to
tried, that
20.
we tried to help. And the poet with 90K
Yeah.
of debt,
Yeah.
you know, Liliosa. I don't even remember her real name.
So-
we called it Lilith on the podcast.
Exactly.
Lilith on the podcast.
Yeah, I know her real name, but we can't disclose that information.
Because
Lawyer fees. So,
it's going to cost us more in lawyer fees. And she's got it's your thing is speaking.
Yes.
And she went back to prostitute. We wanted to pay her debt.
yeah, we were paying her debt actively every month, right? Because the credit card debt or these debts are like monthly. And well, we wanted to help pay that so that she could work stress-free and built her literary career. We wanted her to actually be the ghostwriter for Why Submissive Women Are Happier. So because we were doing so many things at that time, we had this idea that since most of the book was already written in blog posts and articles and things like that, and since we already had like all this video footage for Piper's life, all she had to do was ask me questions, and we could kind of like collab on this. So she could write parts and I could kind of go over them, like when people write biographies, but then it's a biography with the person alive in front of you. Like, so there's this back and forth. So we started like that, but then
Okay.
she wasn't, so she was, to go back to the theme of today, I mean, she was 20 something, like I think 24. And she was like $90,000 in debt, had like written a few things. We offered her this amazing opportunity, but still, like, I mean, now it's maybe 3 years later and haven't seen her in the news.
No, and she will never contact us.
Oh, of course not.
Why do women choose immediate comfort over long-term transformation? That's the question for me.
Okay. So I think women choose immediate just because like they, in their 20s, they know they have this expiry date even though they don't. And so this like plethora of option is so appealing, right? It's so appealing. Like I could do whatever. I can make money with my body. I can make money to go in a career. I can do all of these things that they just end up doing nothing. When actually you should just focus on that one thing. And like Master, you always say, you can change your mind tomorrow if you want to. You can change your mind right now, but focus on that one thing and push hard towards that thing, or else you arrive at your 30s and you have nothing. And I arrived at my 30s with like 10 years of experience doing video, photo, modeling, with Piper Blush as a brand name, enough so that I could just write a book about my 20s, pretty much, and that
That's
would be
really
my
cool.
next project.
I think that's the thing. You know, can you write a book about your life, and will it be a bestseller? You know, I can write a book about my life, but it's gonna be freaking boring because you know I work at a boring job, I have a boring life, I have a boring wife. My book's gonna be boring.
Yeah.
If you say that, do you live life at the fullest?
And so that's why I think some women do choose that route, or they're seeking this guidance, but at the same time they're like, no, I can do it by myself. So they end up doing it by themselves, which means they try a little bit of everything instead of actually going towards one thing, like just one thing. You need to choose one, especially in your 20s, because you're young, you have all this energy, and so you're so good at it. I was so good at just following your lead. You're like, okay, let's shoot. And we shot every single day. Every single day. More than one video a day.
Sometimes 3 videos.
Yeah. For like our sites, for YouTube.
What
for
else are you
Safe
gonna
Forward.
do? Watch Netflix?
Exactly. What else are you gonna do? No. So all of that was built, and now I can build upon that, on top of that, which is amazing.
Beatrice, remember one?
Yeah.
1 week. She put a color the first night we met.
Yeah.
She put a color right away and she says, I want to be a submissive. I want to understand. I want everything you have.
Yeah.
What happened to her?
Well, so what happened is that she put the collar on, and we were like surprised. Even you were like,
Wow.
Okay, that's fast. That's fast. Did she really understand like the meaning of the collar, the meaning of like this relationship, and of giving away freely and consciously some submission to get to where she wanted to be? She wanted to be an OnlyFans model. So that was great because we were doing that. And I have experience in that. But she was still submitting to her mother. So every time we like talked and gave her cue points and told her, well, you should do this or you should do this. And again, do this according to her and her brand and what she looked like. And she'd be like, well, but my mother's going to be complicated, or, oh no, I wouldn't want to do that. And so she just ended up following what her mother wanted for her, which was not anything that would, push her further in life.
Yeah.
It was more like, oh, you're just going to stay submitted to your mother. And your mother, of course, doesn't want you to do OnlyFans. Like, no mother wants their daughter to do OnlyFans.
Unless she pay like alimony to the family.
Yeah.
I make more money than my parents. Yeah.
Which is true. But in the end, I understand that, but there are some women that are just hyperly sexually active, and that's something they're good at, and that's something they can make money in, and not a waitress job. There's some girls that are always going to do that. And so she was kind of good and natural at that. She liked sex. So it was perfect for her.
And when we started her, I think the first week she made $1,000.
Yes, yeah.
By just doing some pictures.
4 days, we made her make $700. $700. That's only in 4 days, because we did a collab and everything, and I pushed some of the Piper traffic to her.
And that was a proof that we can, help her. And
yes,
she could be successful. No, her mother sent her back to Brazil.
Yeah, because we put all that money in her account, right? I sent her the traffic. So all of that was at her name, in her account. Now all she had to do was keep on collaborating with us, keep on pushing herself, and keep on working. Last time I checked, she had shaved her head, which we told her not to do, and she was like off of OnlyFans. She was like, oh, I'm taking a break now.
Wow.
Wow, good decisions.
Yeah, exactly.
So the 20s is a really, really important moment in the life of a woman. And if she doesn't find lead, she will go astray. And she will lose these years on either the wrong man, of course, because some women don't choose the right man. That happens. And some men don't choose the right woman. That happens too. And that would mean that, yes, you will have these regrets. But women that's their good days. That's their good years. That's the years that they want to work. They want to do things. That's the years before the biological clock, usually in like the 30s.
And
I want babies type of thing. All this. So if there are women listening to me right now and you're like 18, start thinking about just find a man a
leading man, a man that can lead you.
That can lead you where you want to go in your domain, right? In what you would like to achieve in life. Do that. Then just follow his lead and it's going to be great. If you need more information, just go to happysubmissive.com. We have booklets about this.
Yes.
And
we're going to make more booklets too.
We have to make more booklets.
It's free. Everything is free.
Yes, and you can talk to other men that are there, that have like experience, that have been there. And there's women too, and there's me and Master that are also there.
And we're going to later make a dating site with it.
Yes.
So like women can find leading men and ask questions
without
and all
doing
that.
the whole prostitution thing, which is often too related to that.
Exactly.
We are in a very special gray area.
50 Shades of Grey.
Thank you so much for tuning in. So, I'm Marian Delacroix, also known as Piper Blush all over the internet, and I'm here with my master and the book Why Submissive Women Are Happier. You can find on happysubmissive.com. Now, if you want to talk about any type of subjects, you can go on there and give us ideas for the next podcasts. We have been receiving ideas. We have been like accumulating them. So yeah, let's go to the questions right now to end this.
To my morning star, you can't help someone who won't be helped.
Who doesn't want to be helped.
Yeah, exactly. That's true, but you're still trying. I think it's worth trying. You know, it's worth trying. Every time we meet someone, we try.
But now I think we push back faster than we used to.
And we say, read the book.
Yeah.
That's what we say. Yeah, I want to read the book.
Read the book, then tell me if you're able to submit to somebody consciously to get to where you want to go.
Exactly.
Or else then there's nothing to do.
Help you.
No, we can't. And that is why we need to educate people. That is why the Happy Submissive movement is there. It's not because we can't do it. It's because we need more people to talk about this so that people can make the right decisions for their future partners, for their life, for their careers, for having kids, for all of these big questions in life. So, You can listen to us wherever you're listening to your favorite podcasts. Make sure to subscribe, like, and also comment. We really love to have your interaction and engagement. And you can be here live with us from Monday to Friday at 9 a.m. Vancouver time on YouTube.
And remember, when you comment on happysubmissive.com, we receive alert right away.
On our Apple Watches.
And we get excited right away. So if you want us to be excited, send us a message.
Yes. Okay, dead air.
They say kneel down and you'll find peace. In chains of gold, you're released. A pretty smile, a silent song. Is this where we are?